Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's. Well, July, seasonally always a quieter month, there's no doubt about it, but this year transactions plummeted by 63% compared to June in terms of the number of sales agreed. As I say, that would be relatively normal. July is always quieter, as is August, so a bit of seasonal usual performance there from people being on holiday and schools breaking up, traditionally a very busy time for families. So it's quite normal, but I suppose also it was always to be predicted. The stamp duty holiday brought forward a lot of people's transactions. So whereas you would normally get a very sort of straight line performance this year because of that stamp duty holiday, as you can see on this chart here, transactions all brought forward. People simply might have been thinking of listing in later on or agreeing to purchase later on, but they brought that decision forward and acted quickly. So interesting to look at this graph, isn't it, to see how transactions absolutely plummeted in that lockdown and then have soared since then. But interestingly, prices held, still being achieved, is great. In July, 31% of properties achieved more than their asking price. And that's a phenomenal performance, really. It's down on the previous month, but the previous month was exceptional. So still very strong compared to norms. And of course, with that price rise, a great bit of research came out to show that there have been 19 new locations that have been deemed to be £1 million plus location. They had to have had a certain number of transactions achieve above £1 million for 2 quarters in a row. And this chart shows you all the ones that are the new winners. So yeah, 20% of these properties had sales above £1 million. You can see that Tunbridge Wells is on there. Our average sale price is £822,332, and the chart being topped by Whetstone. But look, Oxford is in there. They had an average of 3 quarters where they achieved above an average of £1 million. So that's quite an interesting piece of research, I thought, that shows kind of what I already knew, isn't it, becoming very, very expensive to own property in certain areas. Well, of course, everybody loves to have a look at a bit of a property, and Rightmove have come up with a really interesting blog. They've showed their most viewed properties in terms of people having a look at them on the internet. And there are some absolute corkers in there, I have to say. They would even pique my interest, despite the fact that I look at property all day long. It's often the last thing I want to do when I get home at night. But look at that, there's an Essex mansion in there. There's a beautiful property by the edge of the water in Cornwall. A real historic gem in Devon, 20,000 books in a fabulous library, and a mansion in Surrey, a cool £30 million. So that's really quite an interesting one. So do have a look at that, it's all good fun. But a property to tempt you that you might actually want to buy in my area, one I've just taken to market, is Furness Farmhouse. This is an exceptional property, really, really unique, and embraces what we call off-grid living. You only have mains water actually to this. You have to have electricity up a generator, private sewerage, a Cala gas unit, but that all comes with real rural idyll, seclusion, privacy. It's wonderful. There's a small working farm next door, the Bedgebury Forest, but then apart from residential neighbours, you are very much on your own. The setting is stunning, and it's been beautifully refurbished throughout. On at a guide of 1.15 million. If you'd like to have a look at that one, please do give us a call. Well, I hope you have a great week. I've had some good news this week. I have been nominated, I've been found out I'm a finalist for the Best Business Women Awards for both Best Business and Best Consumer Business. So I'm a finalist. I think the awards ceremony is in October. I only found out last night, so I've got to get my head around all of it. Sorry, the awards ceremony is October. So yeah, really chuffed about that. That's a real accolade and puts a smile on my face. Well, I hope you've had a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.